Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're focusing on some very specific source material. It concerns that tragic incident at Utah Valley University, UVU, in Orem. We're talking, of course, about the fatal shooting of the political commentator Charlie Kirk. This happened right on stage, September 10th, while he was giving a speech. The investigation since then, it's been intense, and it seems primarily centered on, the political motivations that might have been behind the attack. So our mission for you today, our listeners, really to get past the headlines. We want to unpack the critical, sort of granular details and the evidence that the sources lay out. Everything about the logistics, the suspect, and the prosecution's big claim that this was a political assassination. We'll try to synthesize so you get a clear understanding without, feeling buried in information. Okay, let's get into this. It's
Yeah.
it's a fascinating and pretty chilling set of sources.
Right. So just to set the scene again, Kirk was speaking to his American Comeback Tour audience. Sources estimate about 3,000 people there. And he was hit by just one shot.
Yeah.
Fatal to the neck. But what makes the immediate aftermath so compelling and what these sources really dig into are the actual circumstances of how that shot was taken.
Exactly. And it's those logistical details that make this deep dive feel necessary because, when you think assassination, you often picture something close up. But the sources here, they point to something else entirely, extreme distance.
Yeah, that's what's really striking here. The sheer calculation, as you said, the distance involved. Investigators, they seem to believe the shooter was positioned up on the rooftop of UVU's Lew Center building. Now, we're talking about a distance of roughly 130 to 180 meters. That's,
Yeah.
142 to 200 yards, give or take, that kind of range. It really speaks volumes about premeditation. And frankly, the shooter's skill or perceived skill.
That is a remarkable distance. It really forces you to think about the level of preparation needed. But then here's the detail that just feels kind of bizarre in contrast. The rifle, it wasn't some, modern military sniper rifle. The sources describe it as an old World War I era bolt-action rifle.
And that specific weapon choice is highly unusual, especially for, what appears to be a planned political attack. And, 2024, this isn't just an antique. It's almost a rejection of modern firearms technology for something like this. The choice suggests maybe someone who is deliberately prioritizing something else, maybe not speed, not ease of use.
So what are the implications then of using such an old tool for what seems like a very precise, premeditated act? Are the sources suggesting anything? Like, was it symbolic or maybe more practical, like harder to trace?
Well, the sources don't explicitly state the motive for the weapon choice itself, but we can sort of piece together the implications. A bolt-action rifle, especially one that old, hitting a target accurately at nearly 200 yards requires, patience, skill, precision, and, these older weapons can often be harder to trace through modern databases. So untraceability